So I guess we're starting.
Yeah, we're starting.
Yeah, this is it.
All right, well, welcome back to another Sunday night conversation. We've been talking. We wanted to do a little mix-up for 2024. Yeah. We're going to give you guys a new format. Just talk about some stuff. And then we get into the Word a little bit throughout this, like a 4-part, whole episode.
Kind of segments
without it. So we're just going to open up here, talk about some things. I know you want to tell them about something new we're going to start doing at the end of each episode, but give the people what you've been thinking about and what you'd love to share with them.
Okay, well, I created an email address for our Sunday night conversations. It's sundaynightconvos@gmail.com, and we want you guys to email us in with any comments, stories, questions. It could be anything, like it doesn't have to be like, asking for advice or, telling a story. It could be that. We want to hear how God's worked in your life. We want to hear comments on what we're saying. Just whatever you have on your mind, shoot us our way. And around the end of every Sunday night conversation, we're going to go in and pick one or two, depending on what we got. And we're just going to go into some of the emails that you guys send in. We just want to get feedback. We want to be have the audience more involved with what we're doing here.
Because we see comments on the videos, but it's really hard. Because you interact with one, everybody gets something like, I wonder why they interact there. And honestly, there gets to be so many, it's just hard to keep up with. But when it's directly emailed to you, it's a little bit easier. We can filter through that better.
Yeah. And we'll put that on there, have Connor put it on the screen. SundayNightConvo@gmail.com.
Yeah, right there.
Right there, somewhere right there.
You were doing backwards. I was like, no, it's going to come this way.
Flipped with the camera. But anyway, hit us up.
Yeah, and then, like you said, we'll share that at the end of every episode, a few stories or a few questions or a few comments.
Yeah.
Who knows? And so, and if there's ever any questionable comments in there where it's very pro Jarrett, we'll know who it was.
I say if nobody writes in, I'll make up some and I'll send them in. I'm just kidding.
Well, we just want to tell you about that a little bit new going on, what we're going to be doing here, and then we're going to also be doing some other stuff throughout the year. But really, just want to tell you about when it comes to this. You might see a mix-up in the way this all looks eventually here soon. We've been talking about that. And then the way that this looks, how you're watching it too.
Yeah,
so
we've got ideas in the works.
TBD on that one, to be determined, or TBA. I don't know, whichever. I always get confused by those.
Announced
to be announced and to be TBD.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. It's just established as EST, or it's EST with a small d.
Like estimated.
Well, estimated is EST as well. Yeah, it's confusing. Oh well, that's a whole nother TED Talk.
Above my pay grade.
Yeah. Well, but we want to talk about this new segment that we got going on.
Oh yeah, like what's going on in the world.
Well, I think we'll call this one Jarrett Checks the News. All right.
I like that.
Or like little
I need some
music.
papers, like I'm at a news desk.
This week on the news.
My Anchorman haircut. Don't put nothing bad in the prompter for me, Connor. Okay.
I think you should turn into the camera like they do. It's like this week on the news.
Like they were looking off somewhere and whip it in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, just a couple stories we wanted to hit on. First thing I wanted to talk about was just aliens in Miami at the mall.
Oh, yeah. This has been, I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed.
I just get on Twitter and that's the first thing I see.
8 to 10 foot tall aliens.
Yeah,
right?
gray aliens getting arrested at the mall. You think, okay, everyone has a camera in their pocket. Where are the pictures? All I've seen is like helicopter pictures of the police cars.
Yeah.
Where's these pictures of these aliens?
And there was some videos people putting out on X or Twitter or whatever. They're like, oh, my internet wasn't working. There was a complete blackout on when all this was going on. So who knows? But that was very interesting. Who knows what it is? Maybe by the time this comes out,
maybe we'll know more
stories.
Yeah.
But
we're doing this a couple days in advance.
Yeah, so I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think a lot of it's a distraction from something else that's big going on in the news.
Yeah.
There's a list not really. It's court documents, not so much a list.
Yeah, we'll refrain from using the name.
Yeah,
just in case.
But what we're talking about.
Yeah, the list.
There's some presidents and stuff mentioned in there.
We may have referenced it, or we'll reference it in videos that we are shooting this week.
Might have a couple.
Like those videos, those TikTok videos. You see the guys going like this, or like, "Oh, we shouldn't do this," and they go.
You've done so many of them.
Yeah, dude, way too many, man.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel all the time. Like, It was like those guys used to do the Dance Brother videos, like the wedding videos, and now they just do those videos. They're just like, oh man, I'd hate to stay in and watch Netflix tonight.
And they're,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so what else in the news have you seen this week?
I saw ladies getting in fights at Target. Do you know what they were fighting over?
Well, Target has caused a lot of controversy lately. And there's
Yeah,
been lots of
it's
fights
not-
at Target or about Target. But what are they getting in fights at Target?
About these pink Stanley cups that Starbucks and Target are selling.
Pink Stanley cups.
Yeah, I've seen Stanley cups.
Like
I'm
the
pretty
mugs
sure
that
you've
you-
got
yeah,
a Stanley
like
cup.
Connor-
My wife got a Stanley cup for Christmas.
I have it's teens, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not anything special. It's just a pink one. I don't understand.
And they're fighting.
They're fighting. I saw a video and somebody stole one and the cops had to be called. There was people cutting each other in line. It was like the old Black Friday lines, where people are waiting in
But
line
for pink
for a
Stanley.
pink cup. Just a cup. Like, they're good cups. I mean, I guess, but
Pink.
because something that it being pink was like, they just had to get them. It was like a limited edition or something. People go crazy over stuff.
People are nuts. It's Target, man, of all the people in line and fighting over pink mugs. When you first said pink Stanley Cup, I was like, wait, they painted a Stanley
Like
Cup
the Stanley
pink?
Cup, yeah.
I was like, that's the most 2024 thing that could have happened. But no, okay. Stanley,
Already coming in strong in 2024.
Man. I thought we left that in 2023, but no, okay. So it's the Stanley those whatever
mugs,
furnaces,
yeah,
whatever they
cups.
call them. Yeah. Okay. What else you got for me? What else is in the news? If you didn't know this, Jarrett is our news savant.
I listen to a lot of podcasts and
Yeah, he brings a lot of this. So like if you see references in videos, it's usually coming from our source, Gate Bart.
yeah, I'm like a news junkie, I guess.
Yeah, you are.
I really am. Yeah.
He's a consumer.
News and conspiracy junkie. I like to dig into
Hey,
stuff.
conspiracy. All right, what else you got? What's
I'm gonna have
another?
to look 'cause I can't remember.
You can't remember what else you
I'm
had?
gonna have to look what else it was on.
This is
there.
why he needs his paper notes.
I know. I need to get the paper. What else was I gonna talk about? Should I talk about Star Wars? I was gonna talk about German farmers.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that's big in the news, I keep seeing videos on Twitter, is all these German farmers are protesting.
Uh-huh.
They're like filling up the highways and stuff. They're protesting. I think it's a new tax
Yeah.
that they're trying to levy on them.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% in all the details, but I'm guessing it's probably some kind of carbon tax or something like the Dutch farmers.
Yeah, it's very similar to the
Probably the
ESG
same.
tax.
Yeah, all these governments are trying to do this, and they're trying to control how people live. And another thing, back to farmers, is an Amish farmer just got raided by the FBI because he was selling
organic.
organic.
He was selling raw
like
milk.
milk, yeah.
Yeah, which,
Could you imagine that?
man, you get the
Our
government.
founding fathers are rolling over in their graves right now.
Well, did you know, like, there's 38 states in the U.S. that have a ban on raw milk. And I'm a big believer in raw milk. I actually drink it quite frequently when I can get a hold of it. Because in
Hey,
Oklahoma,
the FBI might be watching this. They might be.
they are.
coming
We're
after
already on plenty of their list. Oklahoma is one of the banned states that we're in that can't have raw
Really?
milk. So, and then if you do the study, there's lots of literature now on raw milk and the benefits of it, but yet it's banned.
Why? What is it? What are they gaining from banning that?
Control, like we know.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy though?
It is.
Milk,
It's so crazy.
Milk, eggs, things like that.
But you would go to
an
jail.
Amish
for something
farmer
like
cannot sell
that. The milk that from his cows.
It's not USDA regulated. When we know all about these regulations, because we sell our own beef to the consumer, and we follow all the government protocols. And with farming and ranching, you got to follow a lot of other protocols, and we check those boxes and dot those I's and cross those T's.
Yeah.
And
Granny's done some videos about stuff that the government's done to farmers too. Some of those old videos that she did. You know what I'm talking about?
well, that.
I think that wraps up.
That's a lot of
Jarrett's
news. That's a lot of news to take in. And when you think about it, that's just like in the last 3 days.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, we're like only a few days into 2024, and this is just this week alone. And imagine like this is, and it's because it comes at us so frequently because of the quickness of social media, the quickness of just everybody's got to get everything out. But now you realize how chaotic the world is, and that's where I want to lead into in our next segment is like, how do we? People are like, oh, you guys know all this information, or like sometimes like I talk to people like, you guys know so much about things, that I was so unaware of. How do you guys see through all the fog? Like when it's like, how do you guys continue to do what you do? And so we wanted to share like how we get through a lot of this, the chaos of the world, and ultimately for us, it's from the Word.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have that foundation of God to get through all the stuff that's thrown at you, Stanley Cups and different things.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah,
Don't go to Target.
You might get a fist thrown at
Yeah.
you. But yeah, there's so much that's going on in the world that's like distracting. There's so many things out there that can keep you from, like, when I pray, I always ask God to guide me towards Him, because there's so many distractions out there. And that's kind of the new stuff that we're talking about is a lot of it is distracting. And from the things that are really important is taking care of your family, and like the God, family, country stuff that we always talk about is to focus on God and your family and the things that you can do to make those better, and always finding solace in the Word of God.
Yeah, and when you take care of those things, when they tend to take care of the others, things around you, whether that's your personal life, the community around you, or things going on in the world. If the more and more people took care of your personal well-being, with that, a lot of that is your mental state. Which for us, what helps us is having this spiritual shield that is God. That's what we feel like with everything that we know. And like you said, we go through a lot of stuff personally because, we have this bigger platform. Yeah. So we have lots of people who come out at us with negativity, or come at us with their opinions, or even, try to attack us on certain things. And so for us, we can weather that storm simply because of that right there.
Yeah.
Faith.
Well, I got a verse here from Isaiah for you.
Isaiah.
It's relevant to this.
All right, Isaiah what do we have?
Isaiah 43.
Okay.
It says, "When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you."
Man, well, that basically like reiterates what we were just saying.
Yeah.
It's like having God, having faith gives you this shield. Like he's saying there, like when you walk through, it's like Psalm 23 is like you walk through the valley of shadow of death, but fear no evil, because you have something greater. And with all this crazy news that we have going on and everything that we are out of our control, the one thing we can control is how we start our day and how we take our day with us. And for us, it starts with getting into the Word, saying prayer. For me, I start every day with a prayer. Ed Milet says like he starts every day on his knees.
I've been doing that every day. I've been doing good on my Bible reading plan that I started.
How has that benefited you since you feel like
every day? Like I came down with a bug this week. I've been sick, so it hasn't been the best week. But starting my day, like even when I haven't been feeling good, starting my day in God's Word and talking to God and just getting those things off my chest and just filling myself up with God has made every day start off just incredible. For it doesn't matter what's get thrown at me, stomach bugs and stuff. Like I felt much better.
See, that's it.
At least spiritually. If I'm physically not feeling great, spiritually,
it's all tied together, mind, body, and the spirit. And that's I love to say every day I wake up, I say my prayer. I do my cold shower. And even in my cold shower, I'm saying another prayer.
I did try that.
Hard?
I'm not.
You just gotta breathe through it.
I
man.
know.
You're
I gotta work on it.
You're saying prayer. I'm saying the prayer helped me through
That's probably what I should do.
Yeah, so like literally, it kind of distracts you and gets you in the calm state. Because that's what prayer does. There's a lot of benefit behind that. And then I get in to start reading, and that's like how I do my mornings. But I start it with that, and I've noticed the benefits of having that prayer time in the morning, and I do it at night before bed too. It just gives this sense of calm over me, and it starts my day off with that calmness, and then I feel like I can go seize and attack the day. And the days you don't do those things, you really feel like the weight of the world is on you, And so that we just wanted to share that this week is like, for us, this is what it is, and we're not telling you have to do these things, but for us, this is how we get through this craziness that is the world and this country and social media and all that stuff.
Yeah, getting 100 different things coming at you at once can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But when you have this one rock that is solid, that is always there, that is always true, you can take whatever comes your way.
That's what you need. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And hopefully you find some benefit from that advice. A lot of you may already do it. And again, this next portion, what we'll do in the future would be telling the story. We don't have any yet, so we just now
hit us
started
up.
this.
We really want to hear from you guys.
So let's remind them where do they need to give you the contact?
Sunday Night Convos at gmail.com.
Sunday Night Convos at gmail.com.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll go through those, filter them out, kind of just check out which one, like if it really hits at home to us, we'll share it.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't, we think it might benefit y'all, we'll share it and take it from there. But hey, it's 2024, new year.
Yeah, new year, new us.
Challenges, new us, whatever. But we're gonna try to evolve this thing, make it better for y'all too. But we really enjoy getting to like show a little bit more of us. Like, why do y'all's videos work like that? You do well.
This is what we're talking about. Yeah.
We get it from the source. Gate Bart, what's like on the streets out there?
Bad.
Back to you, Shelly. Oh, no, I meant Connor. My bad. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week, and we'll see you in a crazy world next week.
Yeah, we got more stuff for you guys. Just hold on to your seats. It's gonna be a wild ride. Welcome to 2024.
Welcome.
God bless you guys.
Take care.